The Crows will finalise their squad to play North Melbourne today. They'll be without defender Nick Murray for the next 2 to 3 weeks after he jarred his knee at training yesterday. Scans have shown there's no serious damage though. Round 3 continues tonight with Carlton taking on the Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. To cricket, and Queensland is building its lead in the Sheffield Shield final against SA. It's now 183 runs ahead on 7 for 359 in its second innings. And Aussie Josh Giddey has sent the NBA world into meltdown after producing one of the greatest game winners ever seen. He landed a half-court buzzer beater, sealing victory for Chicago over the LA Lakers. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Sharman Shelving have moved their showroom next door into the Big White Building, still at 412 North East Road.
Afternoon at Ascot Park, a crash to look out for. It's on Dawes Road near Rowey Terrace, causing delays. Also delays with another collision today. This one's at Salisbury Downs, Salisbury Highway near Spains Road. Getting quite busy at the moment. Main North Road at Nailsworth. Port of Expressway slow too, heading out of Port Adelaide. And look out for a camera today, Briar Road at Felixstowe. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them. And with Dan's deals, get Carlton Dry 330ml bottles, 24Ks, $49 for members. Ends Sunday. Choose a drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Staying sunny, heading for 32 today, 28 tomorrow, then in the mid-20s from Sunday right through till Thursday. At the moment, 30. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, the election battle begins. We take a closer look at the key SA seats that matter to you. The security guard spat at. See the confrontation between a worker and an accused thief in the city. Why a man who posed as an RAH nurse won't spend time behind bars. Plus, Valerie spotted. Are KI locals closing in on the elusive missing pup? 9 News. Your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is FIVEAA. The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome. We are live at the beautiful, sun-shining West Beach boat ramp with Rowey and Timmy G's Showdown Fish-Off. It has been a fantastic day to date. We have the weigh-in a little bit later. It's Crows versus Port. Who will come out and prevail? Brilliant weather for us today. But I tell you what, last night, unfortunately for the Power, it just wasn't so rosy.
Clock will expire. Wines with a little toe poke will end this game at Marvel. And listen to that. The Bombers no longer winless. And Port Adelaide, the heat is back on.
It was disappointing. We didn't, we played okay through patches in the night, but when the game was up for grabs, they dominated us in the contest. They were, they were best stronger and more willing to keep going for the whole way.
Absolutely smashed. And there's no hiding away from it as a club. When the game was there to be won from a team that hadn't won all year, they were more desperate.
They were just completely outplayed in the last quarter, but I'd feared for the game prior, knowing where we're at. They didn't have a work rate in the last quarter.
They've got a game plan of handballing out from the defence. This team has not got the skill to do it. Name one other organisation in the world that lets a bloke have a season to say goodbye. Not one game, but a season. Ken's under no pressure at all this year, apart from pride. And to be honest, I don't think he's got a lot. They don't want to work. They're flat. Rosie just ring. Horn France just dropping marks, giving free kicks away. Like this team right now, this club is an absolute rabble. You've got to bottom out. Well, guess what? They are going to bottom out this year because there's going to be some horrific defeats.
We're still getting ourselves going. We need to really quicken that up as best we can. And AFL seasons are tough. You don't always have the whole season go exactly the way you want. We need to make sure we get ourselves back on track and back into the competition.
Yes, and welcome to the FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. We are on the banks of West Beach boat ramp where the official Showdown fish-off will be decided at 5:30 tonight with the weigh-in, so we're looking forward to that. Queensland fight back in the Sheffield Shield. The SANFL starts tonight. The Reds are on tomorrow in an absolute cracker of a game and a must-win. And apparently Port Adelaide lost to Essendon. As I welcome Stephen Rowe. Hello, Rowey. You feeling confident?
Timmy, it's all good. There's a couple of positives. You didn't spew up.
No, I didn't. I did last night.
You could very well have. You could have very well have won the Showdown fish off.
Yeah, true.
I just want to make this perfectly clear. Red mullet don't count, nor do gar.
Right. Okay, that was not actually in the rules that were read out prior.
He's making that up just to wind you up.
He is making that up. He is making that up.
Ask Sammy how he went on the boat.
Yeah, well, actually...
He went green.
I did warn him, and he didn't take heed.
No.
So he vomited twice.
Yeah, just emptied out a couple of times, but just bounced back.
Yeah, now you know...
Well, there's kids in the car, little ears, so that's okay.
That's right.
I got to say...
But the fact that you're still alive, I'm that proud of you, Sam.
Thank you, Rowey.
But in all seriousness, it was a night and a game that could have made you empty out watching it. Obviously, it was humid. 80%, I think it was, humidity, but the skill level and of both sides, and nobody able to sort of take the game by the scruff of the neck until that last sort of 20 minutes of the game where Essendon absolutely dominated Port Adelaide. Just have a listen to Ken Hinkley on that.
It was around the contest and our ability to play out the fourth quarter where they got a little sniff, and you know we know how they've been feeling, and they took that energy they got from that and really took control of the game. And the disappointing part is that, you know, our key players, our better players, were the ones who we needed to stand up. They just weren't quite at that level all the way through the game.
Yeah, that's a worry. It's a worry that Port Adelaide capitulated like they did, and it was a complete runaway. Collingwood kicked 10 in a row against them. I do have some fears that when Port haven't got their best 22, and it has to be their best 22, that perhaps we're not batting deep enough in our list.
Well, you did have injuries, so did Essendon, and no one ever uses excuses there. 4 goals to 1 in that last quarter when the game was in the balance. That's not the Port Adelaide I know. Port looked lost. I was going to make a statement. I'm going to pose the question to you, Timmy. You look like you're caught between 2 brands or 2 minds. But one thing that I know that is true with Port, this modern Port, is when the contest escapes you and their pressure drops, your ball movement is stagnated and you get smoked and you look like a very ordinary team. Now, that's a statement and a question, but are you between 2 brands? That was a totally different brand last night than the first 2 games of the year.
Yeah, they didn't have as many handballs, but the conditions didn't probably allow it. But they still had 158, I think it was. Yeah. But it's more so about every handball you have in between those arcs. The first handball's got a certain percentage risk on it. The second one rises in risk. Third one rises. And the fourth one, you're probably going to turn it over. So you've got to be very careful with that. And you've got to be highly skilled to be able to execute it. And I thought Port, well, they couldn't get their hands on it in the last quarter. In the end, the Bombers dominated, and they actually doubled Port Adelaide's possession in the last term. So that is not a good sign.
I just had a Great Northern shoved up my...
Oh, right.
There was Scotty Hodges just reaching over. And
reminder, kids in cars again.
Yeah, kids in cars again. You're the one that warned us.
Yeah, well, it was me as well. You did play a totally different brand last night, didn't you? And I asked Ken Hinkley a pertinent question pre-game. I said, have you got the cattle to be able to sustain the game plan that you're doing, which is the handball, the run and gun? I called it grip it and rip it.
Yep.
Or will you make a correction? It looked to me they made a correction. Or is that how Essendon allowed you to play? Yeah. I can't wait to speak to Goldie about that.
Let's have a listen.
So did Essendon make you play like that?
Yep.
Or did you change and correct?
Yeah. Let's go to Ken Hinkley just about his senior players.
Collectively, our more senior players were a little bit down on us tonight, and they know that. They wouldn't be. They're not. You know, they're mature enough now and understand where they're at. And you've just got to accept that they can't play great footy every week. But we had too many down together. I think that was the key to tonight.
Murray. So there was a lot down, wasn't there? I thought the first half we hardly touched it in the midfield. It was very low numbers for the likes of our better midfielders. So it was a real concern. The 2 ruckmen didn't work. I don't think Soldo was able to put enough pressure on the forward line. But we definitely needed another tall there. But numbers are running thin, and they weren't able to cover it. And that's what I say. I reckon we had Brian Taylor on, and he said he looks at every side and goes, who can bat to 30? And if you can bat deep to 30 and have an impact with those 30 players, that's probably going to put you in good stead to winning a flag. I'm just not sure Port do bat that deep.
No. 822 300 Port supporters. We've got a bottle of Rusden Blackgut Shiraz for the best caller, and it's all your show today. Get on, speak to Timmy, tell us what's wrong or what's right and what your concerns are.
We've got another game on Sunday, Crows versus North Melbourne. That's a shoe-in, isn't it?
Shelling piece.
Yeah, okay, yep. I just want a margin.
Well, hang on.
Give me the margin.
Well, hang on. No, don't do that. Well, I forgot we're a family show. Don't go throwing that lure underneath my nose and mind it in. Okay, 100 points.
I but bad news today.
I'm playing up to Scotty. I'm playing
up
to
news
No, hang on. We'll get to that. But here are the facts. Is North Melbourne's never won at Adelaide Oval. Their average losing margin is 46 points, and they've never beaten the Crows in the last 6 weeks. 6 times they've played them.
I've certainly been in a bad patch there, but things do change. But this isn't great
No,
news.
it's not.
Poor old, looks like Murray might be injured.
Nick Murray.
Well, at training, he strained his knee. He went off and looked like it might have been in a little bit of distress. And immediately you think, which knee was it? Which knee was it? Which knee was it? The first question there is, it was the knee that he did. I think he's had his scans and he's fine. So there'd be a lot of relief there because he is. No, he's out.
Okay.
He is that important.
Just
that back six now.
Just the 1 week.
I don't know whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. I think we'll need to get the
estimated 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But the good news is he hasn't done his ACL again.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, excellent. All right, well, Matty Nix on the North Melbourne Challenge, and it is a challenge.
Yeah, well, they're a different side. You know, they've made some acquisitions, some really high-level acquisition experience across all lines. They've got some fantastic youth coming through, you know, guys that we looked at in the draft and loved, and they're playing accordingly. You know, they're showing the talent that they've got. Last week, you know, their performance was as good as any in the competition. So, from our point of view, we love to see that. You know, we like to see the best of them, and we know what it is, what level we're going to have to be at.
Yeah, there you go. He's putting it all in
Saying
place
all the
there.
right things.
Yeah, which you've got to, don't you?
Saying all the right things.
Sell the farm too early.
I told you, let's put it in perspective. They've beaten 2 very ordinary teams. They haven't been challenged. They will be challenged. Now they've lost their best key defender. I've always said their best 25 can get it done and mix it with everyone. And I'm going to judge them at the bye round after they've had 14 games.
There it is.
And then after that, if they're anywhere near the top 4, that lid will be absolutely exploded like no lid's ever been exploded, Timmy.
Look forward to it. Lairdy.
No, you're not.
Lairdy plays his 250th game. Well, I do, because the season's not over at round 14. That's the thing.
No.
Now, Lairdy plays his 250th.
Well done.
Give him a bit of a rap. Give him a bit of a rap.
Well done. So that's a rookie elevation. Another one of those great rookie elevation stories.
Well, we spoke about it yesterday, didn't it? The Cinderella story.
Well, he was one. The Hoover.
Yeah, and he's doing it well at the moment, isn't he?
He is.
And I think it's almost as if, like, I found my niche back again. You're a beauty.
Yep.
I'll just make it the best I can possibly do it, and he's doing it well.
Yeah, well, 2 games in. Beautiful. And he's got people that can take his spot tomorrow. I mean, Bondi was sensational that last 6 weeks last year.
Yeah, correct. Well, let's have a listen to him now.
And it's keeping them really excited.
I think it's more so once you get here, the work you put in and you know, your consistency of, you know, willing to actually do the hard work and do it over a long period of time.
Chad Clayton.
Yeah.
There you go, mate. All the best. Hopefully can get to the big 300 as well, but success, obviously, on the field is what he is after.
Well done.
The Shield. Queensland fought back. I said that in the opener. They have fought back. They're doing well. I think they were 7 for maybe 159 in front.
They're 199 in front as we speak. 7 for 375. So 3 wickets still. It'll probably be
it's in the balance again. This is what I've found is the Karen Rolton deck early had a bit of green on it. The ball was going sideways.
Yeah.
Day 3, it's now a road. And that's what can happen because we've had 30, 32 and 31. So at least it's a good batting pitch. And I think anything under 250 will mow that down. Here's what I'd do. Don't cue the thunderclouds. It's just an opinion. I'm opening with Buff Lehman, and Alex Carey.
Wow. And one day.
And just go for it.
One day.
Still got 2 days, so no need to rush.
Actually, that's a really stupid idea.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.
Just keep the betting line up as it is. Henry Hunt needs some runs. He's due.
Yeah, classic.
Yes, he is.
We've got to win this. We can't be this close yet so far.
They're tough enough to do it.
Yeah, Jack Wildermuth is at the crease right now, 93 not out, so they might have a second centurion on the card shortly.
Whiz.
But good news from Brendan Doggett's side of things. He's taken 4 again in this inning, so that's 10 for the match.
10 for the match.
So if we do win, he looks like the best on ground for the 5 days.
Well, hang on. What if little Junior Buff gets another ton?
It'd be great if he does.
He'd be saying hello.
He's right at the front of the queue at the moment, Brendan Doggett.
Come on, boys.
Let's win the game. Win the game. More importantly, Chad Clayton for Queensland. He was one of the ones enforcing this fight back, and he made his 100th, and then Ben Manenti got him.
Pushes into the offside. Clayton will get through for the single. 100 for the 26-year-old Queenslander in a Sheffield Shield final. And now another appeal for the South Australians, and they've got the big wicket of Jack Clayton. That one looked really adjacent. A huge celebration from Ben Manenti.
Well done, Benny boy.
There you go. Well, a lot in front of that game. That Shield final is not over. That's going to be a tough one, and let's hope the Saka men can get up. Give us a call, 8223 0000. We've got the bottle of Blackstone. That's how well I'm going. Blackgut Shiraz from Rusden's Winery up for grabs. All you got to do is give us a call and be a part of the show. Port Adelaide fans, what went wrong? What's your hopes for the future? Where do you think Port are at
what about
at this moment?
What are your biggest concerns?
Yeah, biggest concerns.
That's easy. What are your biggest concerns? Because you've got some, Tim.
The depth of the squad and the game plan not gelling.
Correct.
That's the two. That's the two major for me.
Well, we will cover all of that very shortly. Tyson Goldsack from Port Adelaide to join us. So will Jack Homps from the Crows. Their team selection will drop at 4:30 for their game on Sunday. We have on the boat with us today Scotty Hodges, George Fianchi, Ned McHenry. They're all going to have a part to play in tonight's show as we lead up to the weigh-in at 5:30. That'll be exciting. Who takes out the Showdown fish-off? Darren Reeves as well with the sample starting tonight. Glenelg coach up against Port Adelaide at Alberton. But, of course, it's all about your call. So vent your frustrations, Port fans. It was a tough night for you. You've had the day to start to get your thoughts together. 8223 0000. Present them to us for a Rusden Black Guts Shiraz. 20 minutes after 4. Your call straight after this.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman is bringing the heat with massive savings on HP and Asus laptops. For a limited time, you can save up to 20%. Yes, 20%. Need a lightweight, reliable laptop for work or study? The HP 14S with 8 gig of RAM is now just $598, saving you $130. For power users, the Asus VivoBook 15 with a huge 1 terabyte of storage is now $888. That's over $300 off. Or step up to serious performance with the HP Intel Core Ultra 5 laptop boasting 16 gig of RAM, a steal at $1,098, saving you $600. Harvey Norman delivers the best brands, the best range and the best prices guaranteed. Don't miss out on these tech bargains. Shop now. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
A life-changing call. A life-changing prize. Are you about to win a brand new home? Time is up to get your tickets in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery. The absolute final deadline is midnight tonight. Don't miss your chance to live the dream in Somerton Park with no mortgage and no worries. Life-changing prizes. Life-changing impact. HomeLottery.com.au. Licence M14673.
At Mount Barker Mazda, they are the BT50 Ute experts. Now, you just talked to Neil, the BT50 genius, and he can guide you seamlessly through the purchase experience.
You need a genius.
Yeah.
Not just a salesperson.
But a BT50 genius.
Genius.
Good on you, Neil.
From choosing, good on you, Neil. From choosing the right ute through to all the genuine accessories, Neil has the answers. He'll tell you the Mazda BT50 delivers serious power, rugged style and modern tech. With a 3.0-litre turbo diesel, advanced safety and refined interior, it's the workhorse that doesn't compromise comfort.
Oh, I tell you, pretty flash these things. At Mount Barker Mazda, they live and breathe Mazda BT50 Ute. Whether it's for work or play, They have the perfect BT50 ute for you at a price you just can't resist. Now, you get the good old country service at amazing city prices. That's the Mount Barker Mazda difference.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 90 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
Keep the good times rolling at Stripe. With bowling, laser tag, escape rooms, karaoke, plus our delectable party menu, there's a Strike party to suit every taste or budget. Parties also available at our sister brands Holy Moly Golf Club, Hijinks Hotel and Archie Brothers Cirque Electric.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 23 minutes after 4, live at West Beach on a boat is where we're broadcasting from today for our Showdown Fish-Off. We'll get to your calls, Port Adelaide fans. The frustration of last night, vent it to us, 8223 0000. First, though, let's check your traffic around Adelaide. For Rossdale Homes, SA's most trusted custom design, fixed pricing, total peace of mind, because trust is a must.
G'day there. A few crashes. Look out from the drive home. One at Ascot Park, Dawes Road near Railway Terrace. Big delays through that whole intersection there. To Salisbury Downs, a collision on the Salisbury Highway near Spains Road, delays there too, and Highgate Edge Gasworks Cross Road near West Terrace. Cameras Bevington Road, Glenunga and Briar Road at Felixstowe. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them, and with Dan's deals, get Carlton Dry 330ml bottles 24 case, $49 for members. Ends Sunday. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yeah, we're on the Peppers boat, aren't we? Which is sponsoring the Crows team in the Fish-Off, and of course Alpha Industries supporting the Port boat. And it was a good day out. We'll see who has won at 5:30 in the win now. But we know who won last night. It wasn't Port Adelaide. Let's go to Sam at Marion. G'day, Sam.
Oh, good day, Timmy. I spoke to you last night, and I'm the 24-hour rule, but. Yeah,
it's still there. We're still in it. We're still in the bubble, Sam.
What's that?
Yeah, I said we're still in the bubble, aren't we?
Oh,
yes, got you.
Launch, Sam.
They just got no skill, no want, no heart. They can't mark, they can't kick, they don't want to tackle, and they don't want to help each other.
It wasn't a good night, I must admit, for all of those things you just said. I thought the skill level especially, I saw a lot of guys try and kick around their body and just skid it along the ground in what was probably a humid night with a lot of moisture on the ground, and it just didn't help matters, and a lot weren't clean below their knees. But then I saw the Bombers making the same mistakes, and I'm thinking, somebody take a grip of this game, and unfortunately it was the Bombers in the end. Let's go to Paracombe. G'day, Kathy.
Hi, Timmy. Just a question. I heard Ken Hinkley say during the week that Finlayson can play in the back, forward, ruck, or on the wing. Why wasn't he in there last night?
Yeah, I think they were really disappointed in his first week, Kathy, but I think they chose to go with Soldo. Certainly Finlayson forward and pinch hit and ruck is probably a more flexible option, and that may have to come to fruition next week, Kath. So I think Porter, what would you say, they're having trouble putting together a 23 that they can get the job done. That's the issue at the moment. It just says we're not batting deep enough.
I reckon you're once bitten, twice shy with Finlayson.
Potentially there. Let's go to Mawson Lakes. G'day, Tony.
Jim, Rowey, how are we?
Tony.
Buddy.
I reckon the same problem year on year for Port Adelaide is that we don't take our opportunities. We miss goals from 30, 35 out continuously and don't hurt the opposition. Like halfway through that first quarter and that start of that second quarter last night, I reckon we missed 4 or 5 shots from 35 out. And that's our biggest problem. Like, we win those games if we put pressure on the scoreboard by kicking those goals, and we religiously miss them. And that's not this year. It's last year, it's the year before, and it's the same players missing them all the time.
I think you're right, Tony. It puts pressure on the scoreboard, doesn't it? And if you can take that moment and just keep hitting that scoreboard when you get opportunities like that. You know, the way Mitch Georgiades started the game, I absolutely loved. I thought, gee, this kid, he's still a big favourite of mine. But then he missed 2 in a row. Then he didn't have another score. on goal. So he had 2-2.
Oh, they clamped
by
down
the
on
first
him.
quarter, and which it was the only option to goal. But I reckon if he kicks those, at least one of those, it's more scoreboard pressure and more confidence to him.
Yeah.
It equals that. But certainly he wasn't the only one that's missing goals.
But his supply early one-on-one was outstanding. He only had 44 inside 50s. He had 15 in the first quarter.
I know.
So you're not going to win a game like that.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
Sorry if I stated the obvious. Hello, Ralphie.
Hello, how are you? Listen, I was surprised how everybody tipped Port Adelaide. I tipped Essendon.
Did
Essendon
they?
got beat.
Okay, yeah.
Essendon got beat
Yeah.
by 60 points. Right. But everybody seems to forget that Essendon kicked 100 points against the Crows.
Correct.
Yeah.
They could score
so
and they can win ball at stoppage. Mm.
Last night, if they had kicked over some of those points, the game would have been over. Essendon would have won half time.
Yeah, I think they were 5-goal 14 at three-quarter time, Ralph. So they weren't exquisite either. But that doesn't make an excuse for Port when a game was there to be won and they couldn't take it. Looked as flat as attack after their game. Looked absolutely flat. So that was another concern, Rowey, for me, was that they weren't able to run that game out. And you'd say, it's a 5-day break, but Bombers had a 5-day break as well. So, yeah, very good call. Scotty Hodges would have kicked 10 goals against Essendon. And that's today, Maria. That's today.
What in the nick he's in now? With two knees?
Mate,
with two
you
knees.
should see him on the boat. He's amazing. The Bombers didn't kick straight. Power lucky to get loose so by little. Oh, yeah, Johnny, I tell you, it was a frustrating night, no doubt about that. So,
and Chris has asked, guys, how long is Port going to carry Travis Boak? 400 AFL games or 400 Port games? Personally, I can't wait for the fanfare to end. That's a harsh criticism, but maybe
he was solid.
Ticking.
Yeah. Well, who's going to take his spot
that's
right now?
Right now, with the depth, they haven't got any.
Correct. And if you took that seniority out of there, I think we could be even further lost. But I agree, nobody's skill level was great last night.
Or maybe a sub. Both teams had a sub last night. That was just when the little rookies,
Yeah,
when the little Essendon boy ran on. That was so exciting. Why couldn't have he started?
And gee, it was exciting. It was exciting. And
Cochrane lad's going to be a ripper.
He nearly kicked an absolute miracle from the boundary line. He nearly went like that. I was excited for him, but it wasn't a beat. But I'd start him next game.
You have to.
We have the 4:30 headlines coming up. More of your calls for that Rusden Blackguards. 8223 0000. We'll take them very shortly. Tyson Goldsack from Port Adelaide to join us next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
The Prime Minister has visited Government House. The election has been called. It will be May 3.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
Is it politically astute to have called the election the morning after the opposition leader's budget reply speech, in which he did make some significant policy announcements, because it does suck the air out of the room?
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Absolutely it does, and I think that would be part of the Prime Minister's intention.
5AA Breakfast.
I think Albo's certainly trying to deny Dutton some clean air.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. A fake nurse who assaulted a female patient at the Royal Adelaide Hospital has been given a suspended sentence. Australians will head to the polls to elect a new government on May the 3rd. A forklift erupted in flames at Wingfield this morning, destroying a shipping container it was moving. And Queensland's pushed its lead to over 200 runs ahead of SA in the Sheffield Shield final. They're now 7 for 386, a lead of 210. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Sharman Shelving have moved their showroom next door into the Big White Building, still at 412 North East Road.
Afternoon at Salisbury Downs, a collision on the Salisbury Highway near Spains Road, delays outbound. Highgate Urgent Gasworks and Cross Road near West Terrace, while on the West Parklands expect some delays in foot traffic around the Karen Rolton Oval for the Sheffield Shield final on as we speak. Cameras May Terrace, Lockleys and Military Road at West Beach. Freedom is your home of sofas, starting from $999. The price is just as comfortable as the sofa. Find your sofa only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly sunny tomorrow, heading for 28. At the moment, 30. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Today I'm talking to Tracy, who is one of Arbor Vitae's many happy customers. Hi, Tracy.
Hello, Lee.
When did you start taking Arbor Vitae and what for?
I'm a cake maker by trade and suffered with sore hands for years, which is a common issue for my fellow bakers. They know how debilitating it is. A friend suggested I tried Arbor Vitae, and I can't believe how well it's worked for me.
What benefits have you noticed from Arbor Vitae?
It was after my second bottle that I noticed the difference. My pain has all but disappeared. It's like a magic potion. I'm able to work with no pain. No stretch of the truth. It's worked so well for me.
It's wonderful to hear how much of a positive impact it has had on your life. Thank you for your time, Tracy. Arbor Vitae is an easy-to-take daily supplement that may help manage some of the most common health disorders caused by inflammation. Arbor Vitae health supplements are now available at Chemist Warehouse, Australia's cheapest chemist. Visit arborvitae.com.au. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, choosing your new Volkswagen is easy. They're clearing all 2024 plated Volkswagens. How good is this? You get free on-roads, free stamp duty and 12 months worth of rego. All are ready for immediate delivery. And we have easy finance options and remember our next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's 2024 plate clearance. You'd better be quick. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Gallipo Foods do this every year and it's brilliant. So listen in. If you're a food service business owner or chef, you can't miss the SA Food Service Expo. It's on Tuesday, the 1st of April, 9:30 till 5 at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. And it is proudly brought to you by Gallipo Foods.
Now, this is South Australia's largest food service expo. You meet directly with 120 manufacturers, sample over 1,800 of the latest food products, access to exclusive expo-only special pricing. And these deals will dead set save you money.
They will. Plus, meet the latest equipment and service providers on hand to benefit your business. Now, that's important.
Absolutely. This is a trade-only event open to any food service business in SA. Registration is essential, so please visit gallipofoods.com.au/expo.
That's the SA Food Service Expo presented by Gallipo Foods, Tuesday, 1st of April. It's at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, free entry and parking. Thanks to Gallipo Foods, proudly voted #1 food service distributor in SA.
At Simplicity Funerals, we have been keeping funerals simple and easy for over 40 years. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes to 5. It's Showdown Fish-Off Day and we're an hour away from the weigh-in, so looking forward to seeing who performed best on the boat. The Go Get 'em Fishing Charters run by Tom and his team. He's been outstanding host for us this afternoon, so if you're keen on getting out there on the weekend or any weeks ahead, Go Get 'em Fishing Charters, a great group to work with. Hey, Jack Homshire's going to join us at 5 o'clock from the Crows. One change made for Adelaide going into their game against North, who are unchanged. The Crows out, Nick Murray in, James Borlace.
Yeah, he's never let him down when he's played. That'll be a good occlusion. Great news for Nick, if there is great news. He did his knee at training. We thought it might have been an ACL. It's not. He'll be out for 2 or 3 weeks. And the other one, I said it the other day, I'm not making Sid Draper the sub again to Sunday, live on 5AA from noon. I'm making Peatling or someone like that. I don't think he should be the sub for 3 weeks in a row.
It would be rough.
And he's a better player.
For Sharman Shelving, who have moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road, it's time to talk Port Adelaide.
Yeah, they went down to the Bombers last night at Marvel Stadium by 12 points in a very difficult contest. We have got the defensive coach on the line, Tyson Goldsack. G'day, Tyson. How are you, mate?
Good afternoon, guys. I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, look, we're still well within the 24-hour bubble that I give myself to be a silk. Last night, the game was, it was a, I would say that it was a difficult contest. Now, I know the humidity was right up. It made it look like almost a wet weather game at times. Where did we perhaps not attack that game in those conditions correctly?
That's a deep question, Timmy. It would have been, a shocking to watch, really, wasn't it? Just the skill errors is probably what cost us. I don't want to take anything away from Essendon. I thought they turned up with the attitude to compete, to turn up, to work hard, to outnumber. And we just couldn't really buffer their pressure. We had some really good looks in offence and just couldn't really connect going forward. And that kind of hurt us with our inside 50 count against theirs. And when they had their chances, they moved the ball well with a bit more freedom and took their chances going inside 50. But they didn't kick as straight as what they could have, which kind of let us off a few times. But I think it was more around that, the willingness to work and to outnumber and get more numbers in the screen.
While we've got the list on the sidelines that we have, I was saying to Ken last night, these sort of wins are wins that just can sometimes keep your first half of the year alive, because just gaining that 4 points by whatever margin and whatever method is so valuable. But it was there for the taking, and it just seemed like they wanted it more in that last 20 minutes.
They were on the rebound, weren't they, from the week before? They'd been smashed in the media, which we had the previous week, and we responded to the Richmond game, and unfortunately we couldn't maintain that. For this game, we knew what we needed to do, we couldn't execute it, unfortunately. And it's, like you said, you want to try and snag these wins when you're up against it a bit injury-wise, but unfortunately we sit here now 1-2 and looking to go again against St Kilda.
Goldie, I don't know, are you caught between game styles? Are the boys in a little bit of two minds? Because I think Port always look organised and structured behind the ball. That last 20 minutes, it totally went out the door.
Yeah, it was a weird game, and I think what's that stadium? Marvel Stadium. I forget what its name is. Marvel Stadium kind of throws that up because it's such a ground with, it's decent size, but the ball just moves really fast. So if you're not doing your work early enough, either in offence or defence, then you get caught out. And we saw that. We're in just about right positions, but not good enough and not sharp enough on that turnover. And they're the ones that cost us. When we didn't execute going forward or connect with our teammates, then on the turnover, it hurt us. And we'd have to defend for longer periods of time. So it's that, the last quarter is what it was. We still had our chances early, and then we just didn't defend it well enough, in my opinion, to slow the game down to a pace we needed it to be at. And they took their chances in the last quarter, and that was the difference.
Well, we can see how good you are when you can get it one-on-one to someone like Georgiades, which was exciting in that first quarter. Then whether the supply dried up or they did a job on him, it was probably a bit of both. But 44 inside 50s is not going to get it done, is it?
No, and that's kind of what I was saying earlier. We got the ball to our, we call it the attacking mid, so in our front half, but not quite in our front 50, and we just couldn't break the paint to get inside 50s. We still scored at around 46% or something around those marks going inside 50. So we were still hitting the scoreboard when we went inside, but we just couldn't get it in there often enough to give our forwards a reasonable chance, and that hurts us. And then at the same time, when we want to play an exciting brand of footy, it's going to cost you every now and then on the rebound. And at Marvel Stadium, it really gets you because it's, like I said, is a pretty fast ground in offence.
Your defence was holding up for quite a while before the Avalanche come in that last term. I thought Bergman, and I was concerned he had a bit of work done on the leg, just going to make sure that he's come up all right. Burgoyne comes back and plays the role that he can do and did well. I thought he was impressive. And Radagalia's first game back, how did he pull up?
Yeah, I haven't really seen them today. Obviously, some guys stayed in Melbourne. We got the extended break and saw a few of them on the plane, but it was head down trying to rewatch the game and get all the details out of it on the plane. So I haven't really spoken to them at length. But like you said, I thought there was some guys that really stood up and had decent games for us when the going was pretty tough. So Bergman, Miles he copped a knock to his hamstring. He gets a scan today to rule out any strain that might be there. So don't you worry, my fingers are well and truly crossed for that to be a good scan. I hope it goes our way.
Yes.
And Jace was really good at halfback. He, we know he plays the wing well, and we know he played halfback in the finals last year and did a really good job. he had to go there because we lost 2 from last week, but he did an amazing job. He played 100% game time, which is unheard of, and he just covers the ground so well. So he was great and used the ball well. And then, it's the big Sav down there playing on Draper, I thought did a really good job for the most part. First game up, he's always tough, and that was his first one, so he'll be better for the run.
Yeah, I think 4 of my best 5 were all defenders, which is maybe not the best thing that we need. We need our midfielders to be our best players.
Oh, they've got a really good coach, Timmy, you see.
That could be it. That could be it as well. But they did hold up well, mate. So in the end, they were absolutely swamped in that game. But Ken sort of did mention that he wanted more out of the senior players in the end, and didn't quite get it. They were definitely down, weren't they?
Yeah, they didn't have the influence on the game that we've come to enjoy over the last 2 years. And there's talk about what do you do with your senior players, and they know, and they're big enough boys to review their own games closely enough to realise they were under par. And you expect them to go to work, as soon as Monday to get ready for the next game. And rarely do we play 2 off games. We've got the calibre of players and people that like to play well, and they've got an amount of pride there. So I expect them to turn that around pretty rapidly.
Where are you at, do you think, Goldie? I mean, you've got injuries, I know that. Your game's not, in the place you'd like it to be. Again, I know it's only 3 games, but if you look at round 1 and then a good effort round 2 and then round 3, your last quarter was the last quarter, are you worried that you're going to need the cavalry back before you start playing the Port way, or you're confident you can get it together before then?
No, I think we can get it together before then. You think about the times it hurt us and what it actually was that hurt us. A lot of it was our own undoing. I thought we turned up in the right spots, and we had a number of runners with the ball. We just couldn't use them, or we couldn't hit the handball we needed to hit. So it's the real basic stuff of football, which again I don't want to take anything away from Essendon, because their pressure was obviously there, and they made us make those mistakes numerous times. So as a combination, I think the game plan works. I think you can really hurt teams, and we've shown that we can stand up defensively when we play that way. It's a fairly tough brand of footy to play. So if you want to play these type of games for 4 quarters from start to finish, it's going to start hurting your players a bit, I think. And at the moment it does, because we're not executing the way that we need to going forward.
Tyson, thank you very much for your time, mate. Always hard after a loss, but I think you got the Saints this Sunday, so let's get that roller coaster back in order. Let's get back up the top, all right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've got 12 days to think about the loss. We only had 5 days to enjoy the win last week, so that's okay. We'll get through the weekend, and then eyes forward to the Saints, and we'll learn a lot from the weekend, and we'll go again.
Tyson Goldsack, defensive coach at Port Adelaide, our guest, and like I said, probably you'd say 4 of probably the 5 best players were all from down there, and that's probably not what you actually want. So
he was very circumspect, wasn't he? Yeah, it is what it is. Everyone can see what it is. But I asked that last question. What do you think? I'll ask it to you. Can they get their game in order with what they've got, or are they going to have to need talent?
No, I think I alluded to it last night. I think you've got to try and steal some wins like last night. And St Kilda, it won't be an easy win, but it has to be a win.
Has to.
And I don't care what it looks like. No. And then when you get your players back like you're talking about, then try and get that game together. I think you just have to find a way to win.
But
against St Kilda next week.
Well, that you can fight and scratch, and they can do that. So do you plough on with the game style that they've clearly changed to, or do you correct and just eke out these wins?
No, I don't think they're going to correct. I think they're going to try.
Just keep going.
To keep that going.
So grip it and rip it.
Rip it and rip it. Get on board.
Well, we'll keep taking your calls, Port fans.
Oh, stop it.
How do you feel about it all right now and where it sits after round 3? For that Rusden Blackguards, the best caller tonight can take that home, so get on the line, 8223 0000, and we'll get the thoughts of Scotty Hodges and George Fiarchi very shortly. They're here with us live on the Go Get 'Em Charters boat, so they will join us on the other side of this break.
They're on first strike too, with our friend Albert. He was our skipper, mate, not yours. So, he was opposition, mate.
They're doing a brilliant job, Arthur. So, Sharman Shelving have moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road. We'll check your traffic, come back with those boys next.
Afternoon at Salisbury Downs, a collision on the Salisbury Highway to Spains Road, delays outbound. Highgate urgent gas work Oaks and Crossroad near West Terrace and the West Parklands. Expect some delays in foot traffic around the Karen Rolson Oval for the Sheffield final, which is on as we speak. Busy South Road, Edwardstown slow. The parade at Norwood with the Kenmare Church Terrace at Walkerville. At Chemist Warehouse, you'll save more money every year on your regular medication with discounted prescriptions in every store, every day. Head into Chemist Warehouse today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
He's one of the most decorated AFL players in recent history.
Bartel.
Catch Cats Premiership legend Jimmy Bartel talking footy each week with Rowey and Timmy G. Thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Mario Maiolo Promotions and 5AA present Blowin' in the Wind, honouring Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Bob Dylan with friends Johnny Cash, Joan Baez and the Travelling Wilburys. Come celebrate the legends who contributed to cultural change through inspired lyrics and songs of revolution with an amazing cast. The times they're a-changing, folks, so don't think twice because it's all right. Blowin' in the Wind, Her Majesty's Theatre, Friday 23rd of May. Book now at Ticketek.
Liquorland is giving away $5K a day until Easter Sunday. Simply scan your flybys with any liquor purchase from Liquorland for your chance to win a $5,000 Coles gift card every day. Plus, when you shop participating brands like Jamieson and Jacobs Creek, you'll receive a bonus entry into our daily draw to win a $5,000 Coles gift card. Cheers! Head in store or shop online today for your chance to win. Cheers! Liquorland. T's and C's apply. Ends 20th of April. Choose to drink wise.
Ignition for Men. Just remember that name. It is also your go-to for tailor-made wedding suits. Did you know that?
Well, it is great. And when you're chubby like me, nothing makes you feel better than a perfectly fitted suit. And it's so important, and it doesn't have to cost the earth. Our mates, our cobbers at Ignition for Men have tailor-made wedding packages for the groom and the groomsman.
Absolutely. Go and see Daniel and the team. Get measured up and order 3 tailor-made suits from Ignition for Men and pay just $799 for each suit. Yeah. You know what? If you've got 4 blokes in, you're thinking, oh, what happens there? If you've got 4 or more tailor-made suits, $749 per suit. That is phenomenal value for the quality-made suit that they will produce. Choose the fabric, choose the linings, have it designed any way you like. You know the linings we got. You got a Nord one, I got a Port one. You could actually put your groomsman's name in there, the wife's name, and the bridal party. You could do a lot.
You do a lot. So if you're getting married or you're part of a wedding party, you should definitely look into this. I would. Quality tailor-made suits from $749. T's and C's apply. Call into the newly renovated showroom at 54 Paynham Road, Stepney. Honestly, it's very flash. Ignitionformen.com.au. Best fit, best brands.
With so many holiday homes on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. Surfing Tina at a beach villa. Is that a shark? Or channel surfing Tina in an apartment. Ooh, a shark show. Book whoever you want to be. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Above the vibrancy of Kent Town, across the parklands to the city skyline, your view stretches out before you, never to be lost. The East End is at your doorstep, as are the eastern suburbs. This is a lifestyle change beyond expectations. A sky home delivered by an award-winning team known for impeccable quality. Parkline by Chase Crown is living above and beyond. An opportunity not to be missed. ParklineKenttown.com.
At Mount Barker Mazda, we are the BT50 Ute experts. Talk to Neil, our BT50 genius, who can guide you seamlessly through the purchase experience. From choosing the right ute through to all the genuine accessories, Neil has the answers. At Mount Barker Mazda, we live and breathe Mazda BT50 Ute. Whether it's for work or play, we have the perfect BT50 Ute for you at a price you can't resist. Get good old country service at amazing city prices. That's the Mount Barker Mazda difference.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome back. It is 9 minutes to 5. All thanks to Alpha Industries and Peppers Australia Truck Wash. We are doing the Showdown Fish Off live from West Beach on the great Go Get 'em Fishing Charters boat at the moment. We're still taking your calls. The Ruston Blackguts up for grabs. 8223 0000 is the number. And as well, you can be tuning in on the Peter Page Hyundai live stream. Take a test stream today to find your Hyundai car that you need at Elizabeth Way, Elizabeth, because we have a very special guest with us here live live on the boat, Timmy.
Yes, he was my number one draft pick. He absolutely played beautifully. But Scott Hodges, welcome. Scotty, I suppose there's worse things you can do than go out on the boat and have a bit of fish.
That's why I don't work Fridays.
Yeah, how good's that?
But I got to apologise to you boys. I was meant to be on last night.
Yeah.
I did break a tooth day befut.
That's
had to get in the dentist.
Yeah.
Urgently. So.
Can you tell us how you broke it?
I was behind, just on a nut bar. And
that's a classic.
So I lost 4 hours in the morning.
Yeah.
I had to get in there at 10 o'clock, so that put me behind time.
Yeah.
I thought I got to be on here at 4:35, and I finished. I think I finished about just after 4, so I was on target, but I forgot all about it. And I went past a big shed, and I went, I've got to pop in there.
Tractor beam.
I had about 4 or 5 there before I went home. So.
No, George covered you off well, but he didn't today. I thought he was a bit ordinary in the boat. What did you think?
Yeah, well, every time I've had George in my boat, I've had to carry him. It's like the footy field.
It's just like the field. he's chirping from the sidelines.
Yes.
But as far as fishing goes, is there an art to it? Is there a science to it? Because obviously I was getting abused quite a bit from George about the way I was mucking around with the lure and the way I was pulling it in and pushing it out and all that.
I thought you were doing well, Timmy.
There you go. There you go.
When we're going for some gar, you got the hook on the bottom, you got your float, you had your float out of the water, but the hook in the water. I'm like, what are you doing, mate?
He got the freak
Get
before
the float in
beans.
there as well.
I was a little bit different.
Because I've seen him ride a bike.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't.
And he said, well, Rowey, I'm not a good fisherman. And you said, well, wait till he swims. I'm glad he could play footy, Scotty.
Yeah, I tell you, pretty
Because
ordinary.
you're 0 from 3.
Oh, yeah, terrible.
Did you catch a fish butt?
I beat you in darts.
He was good.
No, you did.
Yeah, I did beat
He
you in
was good. He
darts.
done well.
Yeah, but any keepers?
A couple.
You got a whiting?
He had a
Did you get a
couple.
whiting?
Nah, he got 2 gar.
2 gar?
Yeah,
Oh, anyone can catch a gar.
Is that right? Oh, okay.
How many did you catch?
Well, you net them, none. We didn't go after gar.
No, fair enough.
I wonder who's going to win this big showdown.
tell
See,
you
you
what.
guys are keeping very secret squirrel. We've told you exactly what we've caught.
No, you haven't.
Ned McHenry was looking at me and he said, how'd you go? I was, not that good. And he said, yeah, I just don't trust you, mate. Just that look on your face. And he looked at all of us and he said, you've all got that smirk on your face.
We don't trust you.
I don't trust you blokes.
Well, you're on a mark for a long time.
Yeah, we're going all right.
And generally, when you're on a mark for a long time, that means you're wheeling them in.
Yeah.
What about the one that got away? Can we talk about that one?
Yeah,
I mean, I could see the size of it, the scales when I left, but it snapped off. But unfortunately,
that was a bummer, wasn't it?
That was a big one.
Was that yours, Timmy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
he had one that got away.
No. Yeah, it was a really large gar.
Yeah. hey, now, more seriously, how did you think Port went last night? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, you know what? I honestly, predictable. I expected them to get beaten.
Yep.
And that's honest truth.
No,
but
you said that to me.
I was really disappointed. I thought, it was a scrappy affair, both sides. It wasn't a pretty game. There's 47 scoring shots, it's 16, 17 goals. But no, it's pretty average. If I expected Port to come back in the last quarter, and I think a lot of the supporters would have expected that too, but it wasn't the Port that, you'd know would never give up.
Yeah.
Essendon, made after a loss last week, they wanted it more and
got it.
And they got the 4 goals in that last quarter and got won by 12 points. So they deserved it in the end. And
are you concerned?
Oh, I honestly do think there's big concerns at Port Adelaide.
All right.
I think there's big concerns forward, big concerns back, and the midfield's good, but I do think there's a lot of worrying signs there at the moment, and with the injuries that they got, it's not going to get better.
No.
Soon.
Well, all right,
I reckon Bruce from the Barossa might have some big concerns as well. G'day, Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, g'day, fellas. There, I think the way Port Adelaide are looking, they won't even make the top. Well, sorry, they'll reach the top bottom. I think they'll make maybe 6th or 5th. That was terrible. That was just shocking. I mean, I had to turn it off the last quarter. It was just terrible. Their school, did they actually train in the beginning of the year?
Pre-season? Yeah. Yeah, I reckon.
Well, you'd assume so.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like
Didn't
it
look
last
like
night.
it, you reckon, Bruce?
No.
Yep. Skill level wasn't great. I think the guys that were kicking around their body, that was
what would you do up
disturbed me.
forward, Scotty? One of the best that's played. What would you do
I was
up there?
talking to Timmy last week, and I said, I'd just outside the square to try something a little bit different. I'd like to see Bergeron
Yeah, you said
have
that
a crack
to me.
up for
Miles
you. You know,
Bergman.
6'1", 2", quick.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, he's got leg speed. He can grab a ball. I
Beautiful
think
hands.
he can kick a ball.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see just something a little bit different up there. Just,
Try
just
it.
not be too predictable. But well, you got to try something, don't you? Because you know they're really lacking something up there at the moment.
Well,
And,
Mitch was good early when he got one-on-one supply.
Can't do it on his own,
How
mate.
good was he?
Yeah, I
Can't
thought
do
he
it on
was
his
good
own.
right up to
you need a diversion.
three-quarter time. I
Need
mean,
a
he
diversion.
got a bit stale down there, and he pushed up the ground a bit. And he's still got a bit of the ball up the ground. So, but he's the only one that got up there, really, isn't it?
Well done. Well, good to see you on the boat.
Mate. Thanks for being my
done,
first
Scotty.
draft pick. Hopefully we win the
thanks for
fish
having us
off
up
with a
there,
bit
and
of luck.
Thank Albie for he was our captain, and
he was outstanding.
Strike one.
We had a great crew
Nick,
today, so
thank you
thanks,
very
boys.
much.
Well done,
Scott
Scotty.
Hodges, thank you very
Well
much,
done.
mate. Really appreciate it. We'll head off now to the 5 o'clock headlines.
We will. Jack Homshaw will join us next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Frankie said she's a fan of impersonation.
Thank you very much.
But not of people impersonating Australia Post. That's why we've made all delivery updates available on the AusPost app. So she'll know they're from us, and us alone. You ask, we deliver at Australia Post.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Consciousness. The awareness of one's existence has divided philosophers for centuries. Is it an illusion? Do we exist beyond our own mind? Or are we just watching Aldi's 43-inch Full HD Smart TV? Just $249. With streaming at your fingertips. It's special you can buy at Aldi's Big Entertainer Sale this Saturday. Aldi. Good different.
At Complete Care, we're more than just a care provider, we're a family. As we celebrate our 10th year, our mission remains the same, to empower our specialised team of carers and client service managers to help our seniors live independently. We provide personalised services including cleaning and home maintenance to social support and transportation. We look after you like family, offering a warm, caring touch that sets us apart. At Complete Care, we're the company with heart. Complete Care with a K.
The Elevate event is on now at Lexus of Adelaide. Receive a complimentary upgrade to our Encore Elevate Luxury Benefits program when you purchase any 2024 plate, new or demonstrator Lexus. With exclusive benefits like airport lounge access and curated events, Encore Elevate delivers an even more luxurious ownership experience. The Lexus of Adelaide Elevate event ends March 31. LVD 2009.
Hi, Sarah Wren here, Market Lead at FIVEAA. 2025 will mark my first year participating in the annual Vinnie's CEO Sleep Out. On June 19, SA business and community leaders will gather at Adelaide Zoo for one night to raise funds and awareness for people who sleep rough every night. If you're a business or community leader, help break the cycle of homelessness by signing up at ceosleepout.org.au.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny and 28 tomorrow with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
To make room for renovations, Agostino Mitsubishi are having a stock clearance sale on now, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes.
The Prime Minister has fired the starter's gun on the election campaign, with voters heading to the polls on the 3rd of May. More from Michael Packy in Canberra.
Anthony Albanese says his government has steered Australia through a challenging time and the economy has now turned a corner. In his pitch to voters, the PM has highlighted his energy rebate, healthcare measures and a further round of tax cuts. Mr Albanese believes Labor deserves another term to continue implementing its agenda.
Helping people under cost of living pressure while building for the future.
Opposition leader Peter Dutton argues households are not better off and a change in direction is needed.
I don't believe that we can simply afford to continue down the current path, and that means that we can't afford 3 more years of Labor.
Opinion polls are suggesting a hung parliament is the likely outcome of the election, but Mr Albanese has expressed confidence he can win a majority and govern in his own right.
A Newton man has been sentenced for impersonating a nurse and gaining access to restricted areas of the RAH. 24-year-old Brandon Chesney was driven by a need for validation when he posed as a member of staff on 13 occasions over a 2-month period in 2023. He also left a female patient suffering an allergic reaction as a result of his misconduct. Chesney pleaded guilty to assault, serious criminal trespass, dishonestly taking property and other offences. He's been given a suspended 8-month jail sentence and a 2-year good behaviour bond. Relatives of Claire Noland have described the sentence given to the police officer who fatally tasered her as a slap on the wrist. Christian White, who was sacked after being found guilty of manslaughter, will avoid jail. Instead, he's been sentenced to a 2-year community corrections order with community service. Claire's son Michael says he'll likely have more to say once he's had time to process it.
Very, very hard to sort of process that, and that's why, like me speaking now, very emotional. It's hard to sort of process that decision.
A 4th swimming pool's been closed due to a highly contagious parasite. The Good Life pool at Royal Park's the latest to shut after the Marion Outdoor Pool, SA Aquatic Centre pool and the Ark at Campbelltown. Health Minister Chris Picton says it can cause gastro symptoms.
If you are sick, if you've got those sorts of conditions or experiences, don't go to a public swimming pool because we don't want you to infect other people.
And there's been another positive sighting of little sausage dog Valerie on Kangaroo Island. She's been caught on a surveillance camera and searchers say it's looking good. Valerie escaped from her pen near Stokes Bay in November 2023. Turning to FIVEAA Sport.
Keys of physiotherapy, rehabilitation and strength training. Build strength with precision at Keys Norwood.
An injury blow for Adelaide with defender Nick Murray sidelined for up to 3 weeks with a hyperextended knee. James Borlase comes into the side to play North Melbourne. The Roos are set to go in unchanged. North coach Alistair Clarkson says they're up to the challenge.
Given what we've seen over the first 2 weeks, a shootout is what Adelaide want. We've been able to score pretty well ourselves, so yeah, we're not afraid of the shootout.
While Port's reviewing its disappointing loss to Essendon last night, assistant coach Tyson Goldsack says there were some good performers, including Jace Burgoyne.
He had 100% game time, which is unheard of, and he just covers the ground so well. So he was great and used the ball well, and then it's the big Sav down there playing on Draper. I thought did a really good job for the most part. First game up is always tough, and that was his first one.
Round 3 continues tonight with Carlton up against the Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. To cricket, Queensland is building its lead in the Sheffield Shield final against SA. The Bulls are currently 7 for 412 in their second innings, a lead of 236. Jack Wildermuth has brought up his century. And Aussie Josh Giddey is the toast of the NBA after this finish to the match between his Chicago Bulls and the LA Lakers.
Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddey for the win! Go! My God! I cannot believe this! Somewhere in Australia, Sydney or Melbourne, Paul Hogan and somebody at Crocodile Dundee.
And Giddey's half-court buzzer beater giving the Bulls a 119-117 win over the star-studded Lakers. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Sharman Shelving have moved their showroom next door into the Big White Building, still at 412 North East Road.
At Salisbury Downs, a collision on the Salisbury Harbour Spains Road delays outbound. Highgate Urgent Gasworks there, Cross Road near West Terrace. And in the West Parklands, expect some delays and foot traffic around the Karen Rolton Oval for the Sheffield Shield final, which is on as we speak. Right now, busy Main North Road at Nailsworth, slow Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North, with a camera at Langman Grove at Felixstowe. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get a 10-pack of hard-rated lemon cans for $50, save 10. Hurry, offer in Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
To the weather, mostly sunny and 28 tomorrow, sunny on Sunday, 25, more of the same on Monday and mostly sunny Tuesday, 26. At the moment, 29. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, the election battle begins. We take a closer look at the key SA seats that matter to you. The security guard spat at. See the confrontation between a worker and an accused thief in the city. Why a man who posed as an RAH nurse won't spend time behind bars. Plus, Valerie spotted. Are KI locals closing in on the elusive missing pup? 9 News. Your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Alex and Mia travelled from Glenelg for plants from Garden Grove. Wade came from Harndorf for lawn, and Gemma from Gawler got her pavers from Garden Grove, one of Adelaide's biggest garden centres, with one of Adelaide's biggest ranges. No wonder people travel miles to visit. With a playground to keep the kids entertained and cafe to unwind in. Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove. 7-day delivery to your area.
Garden Grove, the garden that I want.
Go Harvey Norman. Hisense 2024 TV run out on now. Race in for clearance prices across the range. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Save $400 on Hisense 75-inch mini LED TV. Save over $1,400 plus get bonus local delivery and installation on Hisense 100-inch TV. Conditions apply. Shop in store. Shop online. If it's a Hisense 2024 model, it's got to go. Be quick. Limited time while stocks last. Hisense 2024 TV run out on now at Harvey Norman.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 8 minutes after 5 on this Rusden Wines Footy Friday, and it is Showdown Fish Off Day, all thanks to Alpha Industries and Peppers Australia. Rowey and Ed McHenry on the Crows boat versus Timmy, Scotty Hodges and George Fiaggi on the Port boat. We've had a cracking day on the water. The conditions couldn't have been much better. We have the weigh-in to find out who the winner is at 5:30. You won't want to miss it. The rivalry has gone to another level on the water today. Terry McAuliffe is going to join us very shortly, and Port fans will get your calls on air as well. 8223 0000 for that Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. It's a bit of an understatement to say it was a frustrating night at the office last night. Clock will expire. Wines with a little toe poke will end this game at Marvel, and listen to that. The Bombers no longer winless, and Port Adelaide, the heat is back on.
It was disappointing. We didn't, we played okay through patches in the night, but when the game was up for grabs, they dominated us in the contest. They were, they were best stronger and more willing to keep going for the whole way.
Absolutely smashed. And there's no hiding away from it as a club. When the game was there to be won from a team that hadn't won all year, they were more desperate.
They were just completely outplayed in the last quarter, but I feared for the game prior, knowing where we're at. They didn't have a work rate in the last quarter.
They've got a game plan of handballing out from the defence. This team has not got the skill to do it. Name one other organisation in the world that lets a bloke have a season to say goodbye. Not one game, but a season. Ken's under no pressure at all this year, apart from pride. And to be honest, I don't think he's got a lot. They don't want to work. They're flat. Rosie just ring. Horn France just dropping marks, giving free kicks away. Like this team right now, this club is an absolute rabble. You've got to bottom out. Well, guess what? They are going to bottom out this year because there's going to be some horrific defeats.
We're still getting ourselves going. We need to really quicken that up as best we can. And AFL seasons are tough. You don't always have the whole season go exactly the way you want. We need to make sure we get ourselves back on track and back into the competition.
Well, that's right, 8223 0000. We have lines available. Port supporters, have your say. That bottle of Rusden Blackgut Shiraz to give away. Hey, Crows take on North Sunday Arvo. It's at home. Be a different test for Adelaide's maturity. Joining us is defensive coach Jack Homp. She joins us now. Jack, welcome.
Hey, fellas. How you going?
Great. Now, please give me good news about Nick Murray.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, obviously disappointing this week he won't play, but well said, I think, yesterday at training he just landed a bit awkwardly on his knee, and he'll miss a couple of weeks just to give him a chance with his history and whatnot to settle it down. But structurally all clear and nothing too sinister. So good news in the long run, but obviously we'll miss him this weekend.
Oh, massive relief. And Jimmy Borlace comes in?
Yeah, it's, a like for like from a swap, tall for tall. And it's a credit to Boz and the pre-season that he's put out pretty much the whole summer. He's had a lot of exposure through pre-season, as every team does when you play against each other so much. He's been able to play on filthy fog and text quite a bit at training. So he's ready to go, ready to come in and have a really strong game for us.
Your back six has been tested, not for 120 minutes, not against quality. You certainly look at the first two games. I reckon it might be a bit different versus North.
Yeah, North are going really well. I think there's obviously a fair bit been said about it this week, but their performance against Melbourne on the weekend was really, really strong, and they've brought in some senior players over the off season that have pretty well had an impact. Looking at the way they're playing at the moment, so it's going to be certainly a very tough contested game we're expecting, and then down our end, obviously their forward line. We know how important Larky and how good a player he's been for a number of years now, and then Darling coming over from West Coast too, a lot of experience he brings. So. Yeah, it'll be a challenge, but it's a tough game, AFL. Every week, it really is a challenge. You have a strong win, but you've got to be able to front up and bounce back and go again the next week.
A lot of continuity in that back six. You'll miss Muzza. Who's your designated kicker, or do you have one?
Oh, we have. We back all the guys in at certain times to grab the footy, and the way the game's played now, you want to move it pretty quickly. So we don't have someone necessarily that you want to take in. I know a few guys, they like to back themselves in, so it's a bit of a race to the footy sometimes. But, the boys have got a licence to play the way we want to. They understand the way we want to play.
Hey, Jack, Tim Jennifer here. Good luck on Sunday. Murray Davis, when he's come in, he's looking at developing all you guys, the line coaches and development coaches. How have you found him so far, and what have you learned?
Yeah, Timmy, he's been really good. I think coming in, obviously, you get a little bit of the IP that he brings over from a really strong club in Brisbane. But he's just, first of all, he's a really good guy and easy to work with. So, coming in and being able to come into a program and work with other coaches has been really easy for all of us. And, he brings a wealth of experience, and it's just one of those little ideas he might make you think or sort of question and go, okay, have you thought about it this way? And like all organisations, it's good to have a fresh set of eyes and ears come in, and, he's been fantastic. So we're really pleased we're able to get him over here, and, he's got his fingerprints, and he's doing a great job for us at the moment.
Jack, I watched the North Melbourne game last week. So impressed with the young developing squad that they are. I said we spoke to Tom Powell yesterday, and a very good midfielder he has developed into, but I said to him, the game itself was like trying to get one of those lids off a jar, and it was pretty tough, and then eventually, bang, it opened up, and that was the last quarter that they produced. But I'm impressed because they probably in the past maybe would have dropped off at some stage in the third term or the last term, and just, the opposition would get them. They seem to have matured a little bit. What did you notice?
Well, I think, as you sort of touched on, I think that analogy is a great one. It's their contest game is their one wood from what we feel, and their ability in most games of footy. Eventually, if you can, it's an arm wrestle, and if you can hang on the longest, and it comes back to contest, a lot of the time the floodgates can open. So I think the way they're playing, it showcases that really well, and that's what they did on the weekend. So we know we're going to have to be up for the fight massively. And they've shown that they're a team that won't go away. So it's certainly going to be a challenge. And we're preparing all week for that, to be honest.
Jack, I'm on selection with you guys, and just pretend I'm the chairman of selectors. I'm going to pose a question, and I need the debate for one way or the other. And I'm going to make a statement. I generally did that when I was chairman of selectors for the state team. Sid Draper this week cannot be sub.
Well, obviously we'll keep that quiet until the hour before the game. But Nixie came out this week, and we're really impressed with Sid, the way he's been able to come on and impact. And as Nixie had said too, there does come a point in time, at some point, where you can't be the sub every week because you have match conditioning and so forth does get affected. But, you know, we've got a high-performance team that can manage that side of things. But from a coaching perspective in a footy club, we're loving what Sid's been able to bring in and being able to inject him with his speed and power those last 2 weeks into the game later in the game, we feel's been really important for us at those stages. So, look, it's a very good question. I know there's a lot of debate around it. But, you know, we know at some point it's not able to keep doing that. But, yeah, we've been happy with the way he's been able to play the first couple of weeks.
And then generally when I was on there and we heard all the arguments or thought it was not one way or the other, I'd say, OK, show of hands. Who's having Sid Draper start, not the sub this week? Are your hand up or down?
I can't answer that one for you. I can't answer that. But I will say he's a very impressive young kid, and what he can do on the footy
well
field,
done.
We are very impressed with him for what he has for a young fella.
Yeah, and look, you guys know him better than us. He has the temperament and the maturity to be able to do that. But anyway, whatever. Anything surprised you with this year about your team's spiking growth? I mean, again, it's only 2 games. This week, I reckon, is going to be an absolute ripper for you because their positives or the way they like to play is very similar to yours. So it's going to be who can do it for longer, 120 minutes with the grip, as you hear the QF 485 go overhead here at West Beach, sitting on the back of this boat. Anything surprised you?
Look, I think just marginal gains for a lot of our players, a lot of our younger boys, and you know, I don't think it can be understated sort of how well having a fit list, how important that is for a footy club, and it's a credit to our high performance for the pre-season the guys have had and being able to have so many sort of fit and healthy boys to pick from at the start of the year. But, you know, we felt like we weren't too far off and we just had to click a few things. But it's amazing. It's just a few little gains here or there individually for players and as a team. It can translate, but we know it's a long season and, you know, we've had some really strong results the last couple of weeks. But as we touched on, it's a hard comp and you've got to be able to back it up. It's absolutely a marathon, not a sprint. So we are very focused sort of coming in week to week and just making sure we put our best foot forward. And at the moment, as I said, we've been very lucky to have a strong list to pick from to help us do that.
Hey, Jack, watching them again last week, we know Zerha, we know Larkey, and you'll probably get your matchups right there with your tools. Paul Curtis was an interesting one for me. Who down your end of the woods would take care of him? He popped up quite a few times last week.
Yeah, he's a tricky one, actually, because he's got quite strong hands for a small forward. You know, he's an aerial threat. So, you know, we got a number of guys that, you know, Hinge is pretty strong in the air. Maxi Michaelani and Josh Worrell are all guys who we like to back in, obviously in the one-on-ones and in those areas. So we've got enough cover there. But like you said, he's going really well. You know, he's a good player to watch. I like watching him. But, yeah, for a small forward, he's someone that you definitely got to be wary of the aerial threat too.
Jack, all the best. Thanks for your time. Keep the form up with this team. I love the growth, and, you know, we talk about this word maturity. You're going to need that this Sunday, I'm sure. You're a great team to watch. Keep it up, and thanks for your time.
Appreciate it, fellas. Thank you.
Great work, Jack. Doing a terrific job. The positive out of that, for me, Nick Murray is okay.
Yeah.
God, I was worried when I heard he did his knee, and it was the knee did a recon. It's going to be maybe 2 weeks. It was a jar. He's had his scans. He's right to go. And a little Jimmy Borlace, well, he's not Jimmy, not James. Little. He's an absolute ripper. He comes in, 1 for 1.
Won't lay you down.
All right, it's drinks in the final session at Karen Rolton Oval at the moment. Queensland have still... given up a wicket, yet to give up a wicket rather. 7 for 430. They lead by 254.
Oh dear.
Who the hell's Jack Wildermuth?
Wildermuth's a very good all-rounder, but that is getting
111
out of hand.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a road.
Well, it is, but you're getting later in the game. You don't want to break up.
You've either got to try and make, say, 350.
That's tough to chase.
Or you got to... shut up shop.
Hey.
Don't want to do that.
Hey, SA had this in the bag last night.
No negativity.
Well, he sucked me in, and I'm still in the 24-hour rule.
You are actually.
Hey, Sam, he's vulnerable,
I've got another,
and you had seasickness, so you two shut up.
He took advantage of me.
We did. We'll win this in a heartbeat.
Come on, you sackers. Of course we
Come
can.
on!
21
I'm
after
back.
5.
Blue
Let's
sky.
check your traffic.
Afternoon at Salisbury Downs, a collision on the Salisbury Highway to Spain's Road got delays outbound. Highgate urgent gasworks there, Crossroad near West Terrace and in the West Parklands. Expect some delays in foot traffic around the Karen-Rolton Oval. As for the Sheffield Shield final on as we speak. Busy South Road, Edwardstown slow, Brighton Road, Brighton with a camera, Glenburn Road at Burnside. White Bay on-road costs for a car that wants to go off-road. The Volkswagen Amarok Style V6, get all your on-road costs for free. Test drive today. Offer ends March 31. Conditions and fees apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Calling all car fans. Need your weekly motoring fix? Join me, Charlie Dixon, Wednesday nights from 6:30 for Driving with Dixon. We talk about all things motoring, cars, car events, racing, anything motoring.
Thanks to Louver House, the leaders in transforming your outdoor space into a great entertainment area with an opening and closing roof.
So join me Wednesday nights for Driving with Dixon. Only on $13.95, Adelaide's 5AA.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. We've been doing deals on a huge range of 2024 plate Mazdas, and we've just received truckloads more of them, all priced to clear. These drive-away deals on new Mazdas include free 12 months rego, free stamp duty, and accessory packs worth $500. Yep, absolutely free. All exclusive to Mawson Lakes Mazda. No gimmicks, just great deals. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, T's and C's apply.
Ignition for Men. Adelaide's home of impeccable class and style offer a range of suits by leading Italian brands, including tailor-made wedding packages for the groom and groomsmen. Order 3 tailor-made suits and pay just $799 for each. Order 4 or more for just $749 per suit. Phenomenal value for a quality tailor-made suit. See Ignition for Men for tailor-made wedding packages. 54 Paynham Road, Stepney. ignitionformen.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Now, Rowey, we talk about our favourites all the time, and you know which one I'm talking about. I've actually, and this is how good they are, I actually got onto Craig and, the marketing manager there at Rusden Wines. I said, Craig, can I order a few bottles? He said, anything you want, Timmy, anything you want. I started rattling them off. I said, yeah, I'll have a Ripper Creek, I'll have a Drift Sand. Oh, yeah, other Boundaries, thanks, a Blackguards. And I said, my friend wants one of those magnificent sand scrubs.
Oh, God. Now, he was my great mate before your great mate, but now you've taken over because he's a port man and he loves you.
Well, true. Yeah, it's hard not to.
You've cut my lunch at Rusden. No, it's hard not to. Look, they're a great family. That's the thing. 7 generations of grape growing. Now, Christian's taken over and he makes the wine since the early 90s. They're just absolutely superb. The climate's ideal, the soil is elite, and the winemaker, Christian, well, go and see it.
Just go and do it. Go and see them. Go to the cellar door, experience it. And I'm telling you, you make your next red of Rusden, you'll never go back. Check them out, rusdenwines.com.au.
Dad, how are Aldi's baby cucumbers made?
Ask your mother.
Well, I did, but she just said they're crispy and crunchy.
Oh, well, there you go then. Aussie produce at Aldi prices. Aldi, good different.
Harris Scarf greatest brand sale is on now. Save 50% or more on full price tontine. Upgrade your bedding with our range of quilts, pillows, toppers and more. Don't miss these huge savings. Sale ends soon. Conditions apply. Harris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
Does biting into an ice cream make your teeth feel sensitive?
Sensodyne Repair and Protect toothpaste provides lasting sensitivity relief with twice daily brushing. Always follow the directions for use.
Honey, how far away is that barbecue?
Mission update, time is 1300 hours. 4 burners are now operational. Sausages are commencing their final turn. Beer fridge is sitting at 3 degrees. Manual temperature verification. Perfect. Estimated time of food delivery, 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay.
If you take your role as backyard hospitality director seriously, make sure your cuisine cockpit is A-OK with Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Outdoor appliances, custom concrete benchtops and basins, barbecues and custom furniture. AdelaideOutdoorKitchens.com.au.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Trying to find moments of composure. It was a game that was up and back, a lot of
uncontested marks and moving the ball around. So, we're a young team and we need to take these experiences and learn how to see out games and really take the game a scruff of the neck in the last 10 minutes.
Captain Connor Rowey at 26 after 5. It was a tough night for Port Adelaide fans. Call in if you want to Rusden Blackguards. 8223 0000 will get your calls to the air straight away. And Empire Bar and Pool, where good games, great drinks and even better times come together 7 days a week. We've got a voucher to give away. It's a fantastic place to go, especially across the weekend with some friends and family. 8223 0055. First caller through, you can have that one as we enter our last half an hour almost, and the weigh-in is right around the corner for the Showdown fish-off.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it better be not rigged, I'll tell you. Let's go to Two Hells. G'day, Ange.
G'day, boys. How are you? What, Rowey rigged something? Come on, Timmy, you know better than that. That won't happen.
Yes.
Hey, that's defamation, Ange.
That's all right,
I didn't actually mention names, Ange. That's how you do it. What do you think last night, buddy?
What's frustrated me for the last 10 years is that our forwards goal kicking, like, we've been terrible. Schultze's back in Adelaide, I believe. Is that right, Timmy? Is he been back in Adelaide?
Schultze, yes.
Yeah. Now, mate, that goal was dead eye. You know what I mean? Why are we not getting out there?
Terrific kick.
Because every year, last year were the same. Like Mitch, as much as we, Mitch could have won the game for us last night with a kick straight, and we wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
It does make a massive difference, and I'd say if we can get those forwards kicking at around 70%, it would make a huge difference to us. I really do. I think those set shots, if we can get that up to 70%, it'd be amazing. Now, that's a high percentage. I know a lot of people say, but I think you have 10 shots, you should be able to kick 7. Let's go to Nan at Finland. G'day, Nan. Hello, Nan. G'day, Nan.
No, I don't think we can get Nan. That's all right. We'll,
sorry, Nan.
We'll
Give us
read
a call
few
back,
texts instead on the Unique Homestyle Food text line, which has been busy today for, of course, a lot of Port Adelaide supporters who have been frustrated with the game last night. Des at Paraka says, when your opposition kicks 18 points and still wins the game, you really need to have a good hard look at yourselves. That's another thing. Essendon just didn't put away Port Adelaide either. Nor could Port put Essendon away. No, and that's a fair point. I thought it was an equal... poor performance, which is not great because it didn't make for a great... But there was a game there to be won, and it was Essendon who wanted it more.
That's the thing that hurts. When I spoke to Scotty Hodges, that's what hurts.
That's what hurts.
And Port people like yourself and George and Scotty and the ones I speak to say, that's not Port Adelaide.
No, that's not what you want.
Mark says, Timmy, the boys look disinterested at the moment. Is there a chance they are disappointed with Kenny leaving because the playing group loved him?
Nah. Look, if that was there, I'd be very disappointed. I'd be very disappointed. You've got to be professional at this level, don't you? I mean...
My assessment, and again, it's only 3 games, is they're caught between what they used to do and what they now do. They're caught between the style of play they're trying to execute that they absolutely could if you had your best team. But now they're not. Now, I asked Ken that, and I also asked Goldie that in the end.
A game plan has to be executed by everyone, doesn't
it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Because you never know when you get those injuries. Rightio, I think Nan is back. Hi, Nan.
Nan.
Hi there. Can I speak to Rowey, please, mate?
Nan, I'm here.
Right, look, Rowey, I just want you to know my husband worked with Timmy Jennifer, and when they would lose Port Adelaide on a Saturday, he never spoke till Wednesday, and he used to hang his jumper up of a Friday night, so when he woke up in the morning, he could concentrate on the game. Do you think they're doing that now?
No. No, and that's why he's so upset, Nan. Nan, when Port lose and he's calling the game,
she's on to me.
He goes non-verbal.
That's consistent still, Nan.
Nan, it is, Nan, he gets paid, luckily not for per word. He goes Nan non-verbal.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen anyone wear his heart in his sleeve so much.
Player. And I watched him for years, and he put so much happiness to those boys, Hodges and them, into our lives. They'd siren a go, and you'd look around and you'd think, where else would you be with so many happy people? And I said, they've given us wonderful memories, and we'll never forget it.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Have we got anything for Dan?
Right in the running for
Do
the
you reckon
Ruston
Dan
Blackguts.
would be able to get a Ruston
She's
Blackguts
on the
down her
podium
guts?
at the moment. We'll soon see if she's...
Timmy, you like that one? We might get her a little Ripper Creek.
It sounded more like a sherry, I reckon.
A bit of a sherry.
We have to stop down for the 5:30 headlines, but what's coming up next, you don't want to get out of your cars for this, because it's time to reveal, after weeks of build-up, the Showdown Fish-Off winner, all thanks to Alpha Industries and Peppers Australia. Rowey and Ed McHenry were on the Crows boat all day with BJ, who won his way onto the boat, and then Timmy...
I don't think I can handle another loss.
Scotty Hodges and George Fiarchi on the port boat, and Lyle is sitting back hoping he's won the $1,000. So next, $1,000 to give away here on 5AA on the Sports Show. Just hang tight, a couple of minutes after the headlines.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. A plane has crashed in front of horrified onlookers at the Avalon Air Show. It's believed 2 people were on board. The event's been cancelled. An earthquake registering above 7 on the Richter scale has rocked Myanmar. There's been another sighting of runaway sausage dog Valerie on Kangaroo Island. And in the Sheffield Shield final, Queensland all-rounder Jack Wildermuth is causing headaches for SA. He's not out on 111. The Bulls lead by 260 runs. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Sharman Shelving have moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road.
Afternoon, busy in a few spots for the drive home. Glen Osmond Road as you're heading out through the Parklands. Also Crossroad quite busy at the Goodwood Road intersection. And she is super slow going at the moment. Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North. And in the West Parklands, expect some delays in foot traffic around the Karen-Rolton Oval for the Sheffield Shield final on as we speak. Cameras, Henley Beach Road, Henley Beach South and May Terrace at Lockleys. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them. And with Dan's deals, get Captain Morgan Original Spice Gold, 1 litre, $58 for members. And Sunday, choose a drink wise, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly sunny tomorrow, heading for 28. At the moment, 29. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
David Spears has now entered a guilty plea.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
He admitted he supplied a controlled drug to 2 other people in what would be the last few days of his service as the leader of the Liberal opposition here in South Australia.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Good luck to the bloke. Just sort yourself out. Yeah, I think it's what most people think. Well, he's pleaded guilty. Yeah.
5AA Breakfast.
You know, he's not wasting the court's time. No, exactly.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Honda's huge stock clearance is on now at Formula Honda, Glen Osmond and Modbury. Enjoy $2,000 off your new HRV VIX 2024 build. Packed with smart engineering and a stylish new design, the HRV is as smart as it looks. Visit Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury for more must-see offers across the range. Offer available for contracts of sale up to 31 January 2025 unless otherwise extended.
When you're gone, who gets the things most precious to you? Like your grandfather's war medals or your mother's cherished piano that was passed down to you. If you don't have a will, you'll never know. Donlan Lawyers specialise in wills and estate planning. From the simplest to the most complex, Donlan Lawyers will give effect to your wishes. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com, Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour. DonlanLawyers.com.
Discover Canada and Alaska with APT and Phil Hoffman Travel in 2026. Unearth richer experiences and hidden treasures amongst the towering Rocky Mountains to the icy waters of Alaska's Glacier Bay and bustling historic cities with savings of up to $2,600 per couple. Join Phil Hoffman Travel and APT at exclusive Canada and Alaska 2026 season launch events across Adelaide from the 31st of March to the 10th of April. Visit PHT.com.au.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Harvey Norman is bringing the heat with massive savings on HP and Asus laptops. For a limited time, you can save up to 20%. Yes, 20%. Need a lightweight, reliable laptop for work or study? The HP 14S with 8 gig of RAM is now just $598, saving you $130. For power users, the Asus VivoBook 50 15 with a huge 1 terabyte of storage is now $888. That's over $300 off. Or step up to serious performance with the HP Intel Core Ultra 5 laptop boasting 16 gig of RAM, a steal at $1,098, saving you $600. Harvey Norman delivers the best brands, the best range and the best prices guaranteed. Don't miss out on these tech bargains. Shop now. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 24 minutes to 6. Terry McAuliffe is going to join us very shortly on the show. But as we've been waiting for all the way through today, and we've been building it up for a few weeks, it's the Showdown Fish Off. Alpha Industries have been great supporters of it. Peppers Australia, their truck wash products have been fantastic, so we thank them. Ray Pepper's actually been here today, so we appreciate his time.
On your Ray.
Ray. Just quickly, if you're on the Peter Page Hyundai live stream, you'll see there's a trophy, Rowey, which looks fantastic. What fish is that?
That is great.
I reckon that's pretty much a barra, isn't it?
Is it?
Get Nettie on. Let's get Nettie on.
Hang on. I want to appreciate for Con and Lena from the Brighton Trophy Centre who have been brilliant in donating that today. Thank you so much, guys. That is a fantastic trophy. Ned McHenry is, of course, our chief fisherman. He's joined us today as well.
Nettie from 5AA Fishing Show and Real Talk on Channel 7. You were our decky today with our skipper Tom on Go Get 'em Fishing Charters. Out of 10?
Oh, fantastic.
Wasn't it?
Really well. BJ was our guest. 9 out of 10, Rowey, or 8 out of 10.
And we had BJ.
Do I hear
guest.
7? I was declining.
Yeah.
Who's got 7? Who's got 6?
Yeah. I reckon it was a 10.
Peppers is a 10.
BJ fished 1A and fished very well.
Oh, BJ was good. He was, when you say 1A, you're referring to the back corner. That's the prime position in the boat.
Back. And we gave him 1A and he did not let us down.
No, he was fantastic.
Now, how did you go? You made a really good call to the skipper in Tom, and Tom was going, about halfway through you said, squid weigh more, let's go to Merino Rocks and get some squid.
Well, it's a weight competition,
Was it a good call? Was it a good call or not?
I want to talk about how the 5AA team have constructed the competition. Now, we are about to have a weigh-off, working out who wins this $1,000. The prize is based on weight. So what are we doing fiddling around with garfish out there when we need to go and get squid and big things?
That's true.
And you're stuffing around with garfish at the back of the boat.
Okay, and how many squid did we get?
1.
See?
Could be the difference.
But I'm still confident. Porter in poor form, Timmy. I'm still confident.
Yeah,
and did someone have a big up and under?
A little chunder.
Yeah,
a little chunder
Sammy
under.
went green. But Sam, I'm that proud of you because normal people, that'd be it. Wagons out, soldier down, done. But you've hosted the show brilliantly, and he's out.
No, to be fair, it was a ripple out there.
Now, we'll get BJ on. BJ, you were our winner and our guest on the fishing boat. Go Get 'em Fishing Charters with Tom. How'd you enjoy it, son?
Oh, firstly, thanks to Ray Pepper, good man, and 5AA, and Tommy, our skipper. It was a fantastic day.
Wasn't he?
So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we got some whiting.
We got some tings. I didn't embarrass myself, which I was happy about.
You were very good, very good. And Ray Pepper, what a man. He's the sponsor. He made it happen.
Really nice bloke. Great stories and good chat.
Okay. Now, with your sunglasses, you know he's got that product that just beat and just...
I'm getting on board with some of that gear.
Ray Peppers.
I've seen. He showed us today.
Good.
Works a treat.
Beautiful stuff. Well, we were on the first strike boat with Albert. He was our skipper and he was magnificent. But Lyle, our winner, who does a fair bit of fishing over on the Yorks, whereabouts do you normally? Port Hughes?
Port Hughes, Bowgown.
Yeah, well done. And what did you think of today, mate? And
had a ball.
Brought your first mate, Nick. You got to fish alongside Scott Hodges, which would have been good. I noticed you avoided George, which I thought was intelligent.
Oh, George made his way over, so, you know.
Oh, he did eventually, did he? He hadn't told you his stories.
Well, that's right. But no, Scott was good to... have a chat too, so sit back and hear a few stories, and yourself.
And I could hear you doing plenty of fish stories too, which was great.
No, good banter like that, so no, it was good.
Absolutely. I learned a little bit today. I learned how to cast. I learned how to...
No.
I did.
No, he didn't.
I did, and I had my finger on that. At the end, catch and gar like there were no tomorrow, so yeah.
Tuna.
Tuna.
Apparently he's the only bloke fishing for gar can get the hooks above the float.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And then he'll still try on the wine when the float was there, and then all he had to do was pole it in.
All right, back in the studio. Drum roll, please. We're coming down to the pointy end. We've got to announce who the winner is. And, Sammy, have you got the details of the numbers?
So I've got them all here in front of me. We had the weigh-in moments ago. So the winner of the 5AA Rowey and Timmy G Showdown Fish Off is... the Adelaide Crows.
Hey! Oh, my goodness. It was a light on day. I didn't know we'd get over the line, but because some of my team put in, some of the team put a light on.
No, Timmy spat it. That's the, I think it's a barrel or a bass. That's your trophy.
Oh, yeah.
The inaugural trophy, 5AA fish off.
Going straight in the pool room, right?
Well done, BJ.
Sorry, Lyle.
No, all good.
Well done, Lyle. It's been a tough day for Port.
Couple of days.
All right. No need for that. Gee whiz.
Timmy, come on.
I've still got the darts trophy. I did beat you in the goal kicking.
You did.
So I beat you and I've got the fishing trophy, which you thoroughly deserve. So,
can I say thank you to our skipper, Tom? He did a terrific job. Go get him fishing charters. Get on the website, Google him. Make sure you book miles out. You don't think you can ring today and get in.
Exactly. These guys are professionals.
Exactly
Albert,
right. So
Tom.
Make sure you book in. They're absolutely
fantastic. I want to thank
fantastic.
Angela from Alpha Industries for sponsoring our boat as well.
Yes.
So they got me, my guys. I let you down, Angela. It's my fault. I will pay the price for that.
It was a close weigh-in as well.
I'm never going fishing again.
2 kilos the difference at the end, so it was relatively close.
Right. That squid was the difference.
The squid was the difference.
There you go, 2 kilo the difference.
Well done,
very
Tommy.
happy.
Great call.
Well, congratulations,
Well done,
BJ.
man.
Enjoy the grand and put it towards something nice. We have Terry McAuliffe still to come on the show. We'll get some calls on as well for that Rusden Blackguards, 8223 0000. But right now, we'll check your traffic.
Busy in the usual spots for the drive home this afternoon. Crossroad at the South Road intersection, sluggish Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North, and pretty busy too, Main North Road at the Green Junction Road intersection. A few people leaving the Karen Rolton Oval in the West Parklands due to the cricket. Take it easy around Port Road and West Terrace. And Plimpton sewer replacement works continuing Malreed Road near Pembroke Avenue. She's down to 1 lane, so she's pretty slow. Cameras Penfold Road, Wattle Park and Walkerville Terrace at Gilbertson. Load up with the Porto's Pulled Chicken loaded chips. Hot chips laid with lemon and herb pulled chicken, topped with mayo and chilli sauce or tomato relish. Load up at a Porto today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, choosing your new Volkswagen is easy. They're clearing all 2024 plated Volkswagens. How good is this? You get free on-roads, free stamp duty and 12 months worth of rego. All are ready for immediate delivery. And we have easy finance options and remember our next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's 2024 plate clearance. You'd better be quick. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Start your caravan or motorhome journey with confidence at Camper Agent RV Supercentre. For a limited time, we're offering massive savings and 3-year extended warranty on eligible pre-owned motorhomes from Kia and Talbot. There's also great savings across our huge range of brands, including Winnebago, Windsor, Corrimal and Adria. Make 2025 your best year ever. Visit Camper Agent RV Supercentre Parafield Gardens to find the perfect RV to start your adventure.
This is your last chance to win a brand new home, mortgage-free. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery final deadline is midnight tonight.
Now, you could win the $3.5 million grand prize in Summerton Park, including $500,000 with it. How good. You can live the dream mortgage-free in a fully furnished Scott Salisbury home with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, swimming pool, and less than 500 metres away from the beach.
Get your tickets at homelottery.com.au. Buy before midnight tonight. Life-changing prizes, life-changing impact. Lock in your tickets now so you don't miss out.
Now, look, by purchasing a ticket in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery, you can be proud that you are funding life-changing medical research to find cures and improve care for all South Australians. You can win the $3.5 million grand prize in Summerton Park. Buy your tickets now, now, at homelottery.com.au.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. The famous National Tile Spend and Save is on now. Spend $4,000 will only charge you $2,750. Spend $2,000 will only charge you $1,450. Or spend $1,000 will only charge you $750. Yes, the more you spend, the more you save at the National Tile's famous Spend and Save. But you'll have to be quick. So rush into a National Tile store near you or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save.
It's Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale this weekend.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get 20% off indoor and outdoor furniture, so sign up today. Don't miss the Chippy Rewards Super Sale. Live cheaper this Friday to Sunday with Cheapest Chips.
Better for life.
At Southern Cross Care, we understand that your needs are as individual as you and that they can change as you age. Whether you're still living in your family home or in a retirement village, Southern Cross Care can provide home care services to help you stay healthy and independent. Our approach is simple. Quality services tailored to your needs and delivered by a local team you can trust. Visit southerncrosscare.com.au.
Better for life. Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddy for the win. Go! My God! I cannot believe this. Elizabeth, I'm coming, baby. Oh, no. Improbable. Unbelievable. Impossible. Magic Giddy. Good day, mate.
Oh, 13-6. Geez, we thought BJ winning $1,000 just before the break for our Showdown Fish-Off was the happiest man on this planet today. Well, Josh Giddy with that half-court winner. It's an amazing setup. You should see the video if you haven't gone online. Have a look tonight. So the Bulls were down 5 points with about 13 seconds to go. They hit a three, and they got within 2 points. Then there was another shot that put him in front by 1 point. Went down the other end, 6 seconds to go. The Lakers lead. They put one in for a double-pointer, and then they're down one. Giddy with 3 seconds left, runs to the half court, and then just bang, in. Incredible scenes in Chicago.
Wow.
Goes for a
place
long
went
shot.
Off.
Nothing but net.
That sounded like you, the commentary, Timmy.
It did. I actually thought it was us doing me and Tom Wren doing the Darcy Byrne-Jones goal.
His last 2 games have been off the charts.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad he's finding a home there. It's excellent. So let's get to those phones. Gawler, we got Phil. G'day, Phil. What do you think of last night?
Well, it's quite funny, actually. Port Adelaide had that game won halfway through the second quarter. They just sprayed the ball everywhere. They missed goals. They had that game won. And yet, now, something is so stupid here. Why are they spraying the ball everywhere when they had the game won?
Yeah, I thought the skill level wasn't quite there. I didn't think they had it won, Phil. They had opportunities probably to accelerate away, just weren't up to it skill level-wise. I agree with you there, Phil. Let's go to Ranella. G'day, Robert.
Yeah, g'day there. How's the cricket going for start?
Well, I'll tell you, Brendan Doggett's got a fifer, a sixfer in the first dig. He's keeping us in it, but at the moment, 9 for 439, 1 wicket in hand. They're still batting. They lead by 263.
And can I give you something for free? The biggest ever run chase in a Shield final is 239. And that was back in 91. So this would be a record-breaking chase for South Australia.
We've got it in us.
Did you see those dark clouds just roll in?
I'm not trying to be negative. They actually have. Have a look.
I suppose there's still in it.
Hey, Rob,
Look,
yours.
Port Adelaide last night there. It's funny how, like that young bloke, I thought he was going to be an absolute champion, but he just, their good players just seem to be off that little bit. But I tell you what, I admire Brad Scott. I mean, when the two twins left the AFL playing arena, they went into coaching. His brother got the best team and won a couple of premierships, and he got the worst one. And he's battling away, and I say good luck to you, Brad. Yeah.
Good call. Thank you there.
Thanks, Robert.
Rob.
Beautiful. Well, you know what? May not have won the 5AA Fish-Off. May not have won the game against Essendon last night. I'll tell you what I can win.
Something this weekend.
Day of the races.
Timmy
More for
and
Phil.
Terry's tips.
The way you're going, you could pick a donkey.
Oh, hey,
Come
I'm
on,
going
Timmy.
all right.
Come on.
Terry, I've been going all right. Now, Terry, just tell this man how well we have been going. We're getting plenty of places and plenty of money returning, aren't we?
Yeah, no, we've been more than holding our own. I thought Rowey was actually going to keep tabs on us this calendar year, but anyway, if he had been doing that
He
job,
gave up after round one.
Pretty happy for us, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
right. Well, I might start now.
The Aaron Bain and Ned Taylor, they're starting to get a few runners that are going all right. Dubai Focus won the other week. It's back into race 1 at Morphettville tomorrow. They got a few, I think about half a dozen running tomorrow. So and some that have been kind to us, like Ruben Moss ran. Yeah, Shady Thinker.
Thinker. It's unbeaten in 2 starts. It actually had at least one winner, at least one, so they've had multiple winners on other days, for the past 8 Saturdays here in Adelaide. So they are having a phenomenal run.
Yeah, it's very good. And, of course, Navy Gold was a winner for me the other week. That's back again. So got some tipping to do. Now, before I do get on with it, Rochelle Milnes, where is she? What's happened?
She had a little suspension, Rochelle, which she had to serve, so just for causing a bit of interference in a race one day. So a bit like, I don't know, not quite like a bad bump in a game of football or a strike, but that's why. Just
the MRO got her. Is that what you're telling me? The MRO got her.
They did.
Oh, dear, that's no good at all. All right, well, I can't back her. So what do you got for me at Morphettville tomorrow?
Look, my best bet on the program is actually race 2 of Samurai Mine, but it's scratched. So I'm going to just give you each way a best on the program. In the last, number 12, Star Serious. It's about $6.50. I'm really confident it'll run top 3 from the Richard and Chantel Jolly Yard. So that's my best on the program on an each way basis. Race 9, number 12, Star Serious.
Now, Rowey he always blames. He reckons that
I'll tell a little story. I say to Timmy, I said, I know what you two are doing. He asked you to do the tips first, and then he points to me to look away, and then he marks in his little Morphettville thing, and he goes, Rowey, look, I've marked. Nah, it's not true. He actually has marked that exact horse.
That one. If I can add one, and I want your opinion on it, race 8, number 4, is it Qatar's Choice?
Yeah, I've got it on top as well from the Kieran Maher stable. It's one of the feature races tomorrow. This race named after the great Claire Lindop. So these fillies lining up here, most of them will be trying to get to one of our Group 1 races, the Oaks, which is coming up on Saturday, April 26th. But I thought it was the testing material as well, Qatar's Choice. Its last run was in Melbourne in a Group 2 race. This is, I think, without being negative on our race tomorrow, it is a drop back in grade. It's back from a Group 2 to a listed race, and thought it was the one to beat, Qatar's Choice in race 8. I'm with you there as well, Tim.
All right, we'll put those both in. We'll lock that in. Race 9, number 12, Star Serious. Race 8, number 4, Qatar's Choice. Get on and gamble responsibly, but I don't think you can lose. So.
Well done, Taz.
You've just done a Rowey. I've just done a Rowey. It's unbelievable. Yes, sir.
Just quickly, boys, so my offside of John Kelton, he's actually keen on 2 trained by Daryl Hewitt, Leighton's uncle, tomorrow. So he's got race 1, number 3, Snoopy now, and race 3, number 3, Soon. He thinks they'll both be very hard to beat. So they're the 2 for the Eagle, who, as we know, last week had an absolute blackout when he was tipping his beloved 4th to lose to Richmond. Anyway, that certainly didn't eventuate, but even though it was a bad night for Port, obviously, last night.
Terry, your team's playing tonight. How do you rate them? They're playing against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident we'll be 0-3 come the weekend.
Oh no, that's
poor Terry.
That's
those dark clouds are
just
rolling
got darker.
in.
Well done, Taz.
See you, boys.
Well done again. Just quickly, the Sample starts tonight. Port Adelaide are taking on Glenelg at Alberton. We got the Doggies at home at the Ponderosa taking on my son's team, the Eagles. Bloods take on the Crows at High Sense. Panthers and Sturt will be an interesting game down at Panther Park. It's not Panther Park anymore.
It's
Magane Stadium. It is too. And Norwood v North. That'll be another big game. So Sample's back. How brilliant is that? And once again, before we go, just a great day on the water. Go get them fishing charters Our skipper was Tom, and again, get online, book, and away you go. You'll have a fantastic time.
I had Albert on strike one, the brother of Tom, so
there you go.
get onto them as well.
To Ray Pepper, our major sponsor. Can't do any of this without our major sponsors. Pepper's Truck Strength Car Wash. Now, it's not just for truck strength car wash.
No.
That is for also boats. Talking about pool fences, if you've got a pool, and you know, Timmy, you get chlorine on it.
Yep.
Not anymore.
No.
It just drips off. If
boom,
you've got a shower screen, you've got anything like that, glasses, you've got all the truck strength, then, mate, clear as anything.
Yeah,
get on the line, Peppers, love them.
Clean these straight away.
Done.
Beautiful.
We saw it in action. All right, now, just
and
before
BJ
we
the
go...
winner.
Yeah. Yes, and congrats to BJ.
Thanks,
now,
BJ.
before we go, of course, it's a Friday, so we have to give away the Rusden Wines Blackgut Shiraz. Surely we can't go past Nan from Findon earlier in the show.
Congratulations.
Oh, it's a full-strength bodied red.
She can hand it off if she wants
It
to.
might knock the living suitcase out of Nan.
But it's her best call. And
it is,
the
okay,
best call. So well done to Nan. Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley, which is where you're heading this weekend, Timmy G.
Yes,
Home
I
of
am
Blackgut
indeed.
Shiraz at rusdenwines.com.au.
Beware.
It is 4 minutes to 6. The 6 o'clock news is coming up next. But as you said, Rowey, the sample starts tonight. Coming up after the news, Darren Reeves from the Bays.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Weekend Breakfast.